A problem you know we know. Oh, hallelujah.
You wanna see our way. See that now. When sorrows start like storm, we're dashing over my way.
Boy, Tatiana, wave your hand, Tatiana. Wave your hand, Jamaica. Wave your hand, Jamaica.
Come on now.
Boy, come Jamaica. Come Jamaica. Yes, Jamaica. Yes, Jamaica. Boy. We will push ahead and say, oh, the seas away. We'll see our way. Tati can't start over. Boy, Jamaica share the life, yeah. Boy.
You wanna see our way? You wanna see our way?
The sea of corruption and nepotism.
I reach the sea
of death. Hallelujah. Boy, Jamaica, play the song. Lunchtime. We will push ahead and we roll the seas away.
Look here, no man, sickness come, he will come, sickness, he roll the sea away, he roll sickness roll the sea away, roll the sea away, roll the sickness away.
Come on, Jamaica.
We
roll
the sea away,
we roll.
Roll the sea away.
Why Jamaica?
Roll the sea away, roll the sea away, roll the sea away, then forward, it's over. Roll the billows back and sway. We'll concrete.
We will push ahead and roll the seas away. Vasville, Dash and Sister Diane, forward still, Diane. Brother Ricardo, forward still. I Fidel, forward still. Safari Force, that forward still. Boy, Diane, forward still. Tangana, forward still. Come on, Jamaica. Whoa, Jamaica go burn up here now. Jamaica go burn up here now. Burn up. We roll. Boy, good morning, England. Good morning, England. Jordan. Roll. I want to go to heaven when I die. Where this hero works off. Yes, hallelujah. Everybody say forward still. Forward still. Forward still. Forward still. Forward still. Forward still. To go hear our words of hallelujah. We roll a sea away. We roll. Boy. Let me go for my day. Diane. See my prayer, Charlie. Fire me and send. Fire me and send. Fire me and send. Forward still. Let me turn on the fan car in your heart. Lord God, make it reach 250 people now.
Whatever you face this week, forward still. Whatever mountains.
Forward still.
Forward still. Yeah.
Forward still.
Forward still.
Forward still, Tatiana. Forward still, Missy. Forward still, Nicola. Come on, man.
And if another pastor falls,
If another one of them fall, forward. If Andre fall, forward still. If Andre dead, if Andre get locked up, forward still. Martina, forward still.
young people,
Tatiana, forward still. Walk holy.
make the right decisions.
Make the right decisions.
Holy, Ramanosia.
Walk holy. Yes, Sister Nadine. Forward still.
Forward still. It's Jehovah's will. Lord, let me know.
Hallelujah. Forward still, Missy. Mama Son. Marlene. Karen Cross. Sonny D. Michelle Stern. Prophet Lexi. Forward still. Apostle Cameron. Forward still. Roll. We say roll. Hey, Mama Ndia, Mama Kondia, Mama City. Fasting. Roll. Merlin Stacy. Toshika. Michelle Banks. Missy forward still. Praise the Lord. God is good. You know why I put that in the order? I see something and I said to myself, seeing that I messaged the person privately and they decided to carry the conversation publicly, I'm going to have the conversation publicly as well. I respect all my elders who are in front of me fighting for a better Jamaica. And I respect them. Some of them, I never knew them until I started talking, because I'm not somebody who follows up social media. I could have been on social media a long time, but I really don't know social media that well. So I'm going to say to those who have been social media advocates for years and do their thing in terms of YouTube channels, bless up to you. And I want to say that I'm first a purist. Meaning that if I say I'm going to do something, I'm not going to do it. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And I don't make compromise. I don't make compromise because I walk circumspect. If I do something, I must speak about it publicly, make my sins known or unknown, and talk forward still. Why I said that today is that Wayne Lonesome became a father to me, an advisor to me. And he told me that he was going to do an interview with the leader of the opposition. And I said, good, Wayne Lonesome. Good. And I never knew about Wayne Lonesome till one day when I did the first video in January. I saw he called me. So genuinely, people, I never knew who he was. But after doing the research, I was told that he's a very good man. Go and sit and talk to him because he's an elder. So I started to have conversations with him, and some things were revealed this afternoon. I believe he's still on his live. He's on his lives now, talking and fixing my business. Because I said yesterday, I'm not going back on his live. And let me tell you why I'm not going back on his live, Jamaica. And tell me if me unfair. If you fight one man, I say him corrupt, and the next man now do something right. And when the man come by your interview panel, it seemed as though it was a pre-stage or a pre-planned interview. None of the questions that we agreed to were asked. And we are talking about a new Jamaica. Jamaica, I'm going to ask you now this a question. Mark Golding has been in Parliament from 2017. That makes him 5 years he's been a parliamentarian. He's the leader of the opposition now. Why should we be having a conversation 5 years after to say who is Mark Golding? Wow. I took a month from January 6th or 7th to now. And I became popular than Mark Golding. Nobody knows who really the leader of the opposition is. Some will say Portia. But those who don't really know the politics will say it's Dr. Peter Phillips. And those who really know the politics, they will say we have a sleeping leader of the opposition. So, it's not a matter of being a yes man or a no man. It's a matter of what is truth, right, and ethical. So if Wayne Lonesome calls the Commissioner of Police Gugu Gaga, he agrees that Andrew Holness is Pharaoh. I told him that Mark Golding is a sleeping. He has been like a Lazarus. He has been very sleeping in the parliament. He's asking no questions. It's when me asks for the Commissioner of Police to resign, Mark Golding come out with his unkept, very much unruly General Secretary and said, boy, the General Secretary said there's a black JLP carrying colorism in the parliament and the politics. And Mark Golding come and give the Commissioner of Police 60 days to resign. I expected that Wayne Lonesome, being the advocate he is, that I know him to have been, would have asked Mark Golding several hot topic questions about the today's politics. Not politics 2017. We don't need to know that Mark Golding is a businessman. That is already established. And in 2022, if we have to be knowing that about Mark Golding, something is fundamentally wrong with the marketing of the People's National Party. I want you to share the live because I'm going to teach some of them something who say they are bloggers and vloggers. I come into the territory. And it took me a month. I've not had a social media page in terms of a YouTube channel. And I want the bloggers to know I strategically did not form a YouTube channel because I want people to follow more of Wayne Lonesome, more of Talking Mind, more of Motamasi. Because I am not selfish. I am not burning any bridges. And that's why I said, I respect Mr. Wayne Lonesome. I respect Mr. Wayne Lonesome, and I respect it. You must say, big up to the elders that have been fighting for a better Jamaica, even before I started to talk. But Wayne Lonesome and I talk almost every day, and I said to him at 3:44 yesterday, I was very disappointed. Very disappointed in your interview with Mark Golding, and I told him it's the weakest interview I've seen he has done, and he came off very compromised. I told him that. Real stools. I told him that. Rather than Wayne Lonesome accept and call me, he went on a platform to have a conversation about what Andre Stevens is doing and what Andre Stevens is not doing. Wayne Lonesome, I respect that they are detractors. We respect that they are detractors. But when somebody is going to do what they did to my eye, and you're going to say that is domestic affair, I shouldn't make it known. Wayne Lonesome, it's more than domestic affair. It's just a spiritual attack. Because the woman came after me with her Chinese demons. She's a witch. And I shared something in confidence with you, Wayne. And you go said to me, say, may I use voice note palm people? You compromise me this, Wayne. So what I'm saying to you, if me compromise, me have to talk about it. Because me soon call you back, me dep on my live. So if it is that I am compromised, Wayne, remember some my eye nearly damaged. So how you gonna say me not to talk about that, Wayne? Me send you something very powerful where you can't say, all right, Andre, you know me send you certain things when I not send to certain people. You should have asked the necessary questions that the Jamaicans want to hear. Jamaicans want to know, Wayne, why Mark Golding not talk about a new and different crime plan? Jamaica want to hear why Mark Golding so silent on corruption in the parliament. When it come on to the police, then you call them Google Gaga. You say the commissioner Google Gaga. When you done, you say Andrew Fiero and Cleopatra. So why you never ask Mark Golding why him is Lazarus? And I'm going to ask the questions that you never asked on Monday, Wayne. Mr. Golding. Mr. Golding, because some of you, you know, Wayne Lonesome, I'm going to ask, I take it off because me in a serious warfare mode. So me can have it on and take it off, put it on, take it off. My head kind of under some serious heat. Make me cool down and calm down for true. Mark Golding in the garden hiding. Golding in the garden hiding. Hiding, hiding, we say, Golding in the garden, hiding, hiding from Andre. Yes, Mr. Lonesome and Mr. Golding. Mr. Lonesome, the questions that were asked on your program, did Mr. Golding ask for planned questions? Was that the term and conditions on which he came on the interview? Wayne Lonesome, I know they have a way of paying media houses for staged interviews. I know you're not somebody who can be compromised with money. Were you offered compensation for that interview? Wayne Lonesome, you are known to be a firecracker blogger that asks the most powerful, potent, strong, loaded questions. How is it then, is it a case that Mark Golding said the only way he would have come on this program is if you ask who Mark Golding? So, or is it a case that the questions are coming in a 3-phase interview? Who is Mark Golding? What are the plans of Mark Golding? And what we're not seeing of Mark Golding? Because I know you love to have follow-up interviews. Lazarus sleeping. Lazarus sleeping. So, Mr. Lonesome, the question about corruption, what would the opposition have done differently? What about if there was a compromise and we need to form a coalition government? You were totally distracted and you deflected from the truth, Wayne Lonesome. And your constituents, which includes people like Andre Stevens and many other Jamaicans who are feeling the brunt of a sleeping opposition, is asking you today, Wayne Lonesome, are you comfortable with the level of interview that you did? That's my GoFundMe, guys. If you want to help me to feed the homeless people, I just tag it. I can't help Mr. Golding to come forward because here's why I'm going to say this to you. I messaged Mark Golding several times. And the only time Mark Golding answered to the message, Jamaica, is when the accusation was laid that they paid Mama San the monies to do the interview against Dr. Peter Phillips. Wayne Lonesome, we hear about leaked voice note and WhatsApp messages from the Rise United political party. We hear that they made compromise by sabotaging Peter Phillips so they could take over the opposition. And none of these questions were asked. None of these questions were asked, Mr. Lonesome. We know, Mr. Lonesome, we have evidence to prove that they personally sabotaged Dr. Peter Phillips. People like Dayton Campbell, questions like, how is it that we ask public servants to step aside and side opposition? Side opposition. Lisa Hanna is not going to do any interview now. She's just looking on because Mark Golding just have a few months to come out of the seat. Two parties for true and at the same song them a play. Corruption, nepotism, lies. I don't need a leader of the opposition job because I'm doing more than the leader of the opposition and I'm not being paid for it. Because the conversation is for somebody else to take lead. And it's not going to come from the parliament. The 63 of them who sits in the parliament and the 21 of them who sits in the Senate have all been compromised. Wayne Lonesome knew of the questions because he got the questions to ask. Why you never ask the question, Wayne Lonesome, if there's any truth that Mark Golding is holding? Because if there is any truth that Mark Golding is really not interested in the leadership of the PNP, he's just holding the PNP until Peter Bunting finds a seat. Why you never ask Mr. Lonesome, how is it that Mark Golding is such a rich man and so many comrades are hungry? He started the OT Fair Club Fund, but so many comrades have been hungry. The People's National Party is a movement, not a political party. Why is it then, Mr. Lonesome, that these questions weren't asked? Why is it that these questions weren't asked? Yes, I am a sick person because I am different from all of you. I am sick for God. I'm sold out for Christ. No matter what them say, I made up my mind. I am a fool for Christ, Auntie Marjorie. I am a fool for Christ. John the Baptist was said to be a madman, but I indeed prophesy, said the king, I come. He that keepeth his mouth, keepeth his life. That is why the country is in the situation it is in. Winifred Barrows. We have kept our mouths too long. That is why our children are so foolish and dunce. We pity them can't read. Because we teach them about see and blind, ear and deaf. We teach them about if you shut in the eye when you see the crime. Well, I was taught by people like Ohini Blake and Maxine, Henry Wilson and Elaine Foster Allen. Speak your truth and speak it ever. Cost it what it will. They always come here when you talk the truth. Because the truth hurts. So we ain't known some. Like how I can tell you many truths. There is so much that Mark Golding could use to take down the JLP. Look there. Orius, Oral Tracy come out and say him, not dig politics, but it come in personal yard. Football. He has made it abundantly clear that the present government is playing politics with football. And what he's saying is, him not vote, but him ask every football fan will vote for go get them ID. A powerful statement that, you know. Has Mark Golding go seek a courtesy call with Oral Tracy and his spokesperson on sports to see how the opposition can find credible ways that should they form government. They have people like Oral Tracy as the director on the Council on Sports and Football. If I were the leader of the opposition, that is what I would have done. Has Mark Golding sat with the entertainment sector like Footer Hype and all of them and asked the questions? How are you going to open the dancehall sector? Why Mark Golding not say him going to put on a concert called Mark Golding and Friends like Shaggy and Friends? And make all of the artists them run come to him rescue and do some dub plate and get rid of wicked Pharaoh. Me just ask the question them. Why Mark Golding not go down a town where the people them him say my businessman, him have rice business and distribution business. Set up a council of distributors, Richard Pandue and all of them, to discuss how they can deal with the shipping cost that is affecting the rising food cost. Those are the questions that you should have been asking Wayne Lonesome. So it's more a question is there any truth that Mark Golding is being paid by the government to be silent? Those are the questions. What has been the compensation for artisans and the fashion industry? There's been no fashion show for the past 3 years in the country. The artisan and the creative industry is affected. Have you sat with the JBDC to find workable solutions, Mr. Golding? Chicken has gone up, Mr. Golding. Chicken has gone up. It is now $370, $360, $350 per pound. Almost $400 for a pound of chicken. What is the opposition's resolution? So it would have seen that side opposition and side government are one. And they're like this. So whosoever win benefit from the scarce resources, and the constituents called the people are hungry and fed up. Yes, people are fed up. And Mark Golding is sleeping. Dayton Campbell is alleged to be a pedophile. And he's right beside Mark Golding. How can you have a medical doctor alleged and nothing comes out of it? Nothing comes out of it. Nothing. And people like Peter Bunting, it is alleged, could have found ways to keep out Damian Crawford out of the politics. Why didn't you speak about the division in the PNP? Because there's Rise United and there is one PNP. Why didn't you talk about how is he going to find lucrative ways and productive ways, transformational ways to put the party together? But I'm going to say, Wayne, I believe in balance and the truth, Mr. Lonesome. So if it is that you're going to crucify Andrew to be a wicked, corrupt man, and crucify the police commissioner of being a Google Gaga, what goes for the goose goes for the gander. And I am saying, the partner draw boss is saying, Mr. Lonesome, that you made a compromise with your integrity by not asking the questions that are relevant to the PNP that now exist. And I'm going to beat and teach some of the bloggers. Because Wayne Lonesome alone do wrong today. Yesterday. Not found to know the bullshit and the foolishness that's happening. Sorry for use that word. A MP calling me, but I can't take him call now. Not found to know the bulls that are happening in the parliament. Not found no. He could have asked the questions because his constituents, it must be that if he's so silent, he must have get some of the COVID money. If Lazarus asleep, it must be that he's getting some of the COVID money. You know, say them acquire bank in a Cayman. And that them get the money for God to keep silent and make money in other countries. They're in Bunting and Golding. Them not like me, no. My business has struggled now, Jamaica. But I say to my staff, as long as I live, even if I have to go sell 2 suits for pay, no. Yeah, man. My restaurant has struggled, and because my food not good. Because them find ways to boycott my kitchen. All of a sudden, every little government contract will used to come our way. But me go say this too, no. Forward still. Many offshore accounts there. When me can tell you no say, me lawyer have all of the evidence them. So if you carry me go to court, I open and ready to go hear the voice note them. See that the phone drop. The phone under heat, Jamaica. The phone under heat. Forward still. So Mr. Wayne Lonesome, the Bible speaks about seasons. A season to reap, a season to sow. You sowed into my life. And you made me got to another level. And I respect you for that. And that will never change. But Jamaica is on the brink of a fall, a collapse, a trajectory. We're on the fall of the pinnacle. We're going to fall off ashore. Forward still. So I'm going to say to you tonight, to the afternoon, Mr. Lonesome. You spoke to about my character and how me look, Mr. Lonesome. I compare your life, them. Oh, Lord, Mr. Lonesome. I respected you as an elder, you know. If you thought that I should have dressed up to come on your life, Mr. Lonesome, the place hot. Hot, bad. Why should I put on a suit to come on your life and making your life seem as though it is a CVM studio? If I'm in a studio, there's a different setting, Mr. Lonesome. And you really use that against me. You never even say it to me in a confidence one day. But you come on the platform and talk that. You come on the platform and say, me a fight for come on your program, Mr. Lonesome. Come on, Mr. Lonesome. I never fight for come on your program. I was actually having more pressing things that I just wanted to use your platform. Use your platform to speak, to get another level of voice. Because a lot of them in the diaspora respects you, Mr. Lonesome. And I can tell you, many members of the diaspora are upset with you on that interview. Pastor Chambers, I don't need to dress up like Uno. The Bible says, come just as you are, without one plea. Pastor Chambers, me not boast and brag, but me have suit in every color. See it here? All new material for go cut. See it there? Enough new suit a come. Me I move my suit collection from about 20 to 35 in the next month and a half. The studio have air conditioner and you want me to go burn up. Feel look like me a bishop and me a pastor. No, we ain't known some. Me not come like that. Me not come so we ain't. As so much of them come in a jacket and tie and fool people. Una see how Pharaoh and Lazarus fool the nation. Scam the nation. All of a sudden, Cleopatra go tell people, say, them for boycott the PMP, MP, them a cheer parliamentary committees. Mini dictatorship at its best. We are known so me can come in at any farm. See the way me can come in at my marina and my constituents respect me. Me can't come naked and my constituents respect me. Me can't come as a white man, me can't carry my mouth with the whole heap of white. And my constituents respect me because I sick, me sick. So when me talk too much, and if me not drink my water, and use my oils, it name candidiasis. So me can't come anywhere. That's why me I grew amongst my people them. Me no need to come back for your platform. Me respect your platform because it has thousands. I mean I come back for nobody platform except my platform. I think that reasonable. Because I don't want them come use it and cuss me like Wayne Lonesome. I just keep to my platform. When them a talk about clothes, me no need clothes, Wayne. Me give away clothes. Wayne, see clothes there? And a styling clothes them there. None of my suit them not out there. Wayne, see suit there. Look there. All farm are clothes. See it there? Blue, yellow, black, green, purple, red. Me send down 10 jacket for go steam. See there again? Look there. And that Brogad use and trick uno. Then come in a clean clothes. Go on like them and them una friend. Put on clocks. And me give him the clocks. Rise, dirty bungle, rise. But it's not lie. President Biden was correct when he says Jamaica is on the brink of becoming the next Haiti. What he means is not that we are going to work witchcraft and Obia. Me could lift the conversation. The encrypted corruption, and we have gone so far down on the corruption index. So when you go talk about my clothes and my dress up way, it wrong. Because you're my elder. You could have called me and say, Andre, when you come and you could have been suggestive, Dre, you can put on a shirt the next time for one interview. You could have put on one shirt. You cannot take on the police commissioner and say, you give him 30, 60 days to resign and you not give Mark Golding 160 days to fix up him portfolio and fix up him opposition. As some Moses last year, a knife for a knife, a tooth for a tooth. Jamaica is on the brink of becoming the next Haiti. You know, see how Haiti every minute them try to assassinate a leader. Based on where the country is going and poor people fed up. I don't want to have that conversation about who want borrow clothes and who not borrow clothes. Me not borrow clothes, that's the first thing there. I am just a different person. Me have shoes for every occasion. Look how my room nice. Look how my room nice. Look there. And when them done, them say me nasty and me suck cock. Nobody not come in my bed, you know. See how my bed clean? Look there. See there? You see how me abstract print them? Look there. Me African print them? Look there. The Sarah. Egypt me go. When me asleep, me sleep with Egyptian. People, look there. Look for my house. No, I just want some people see I'm very clean. So when people are going to talk to me and disrespect me, I'm going to call Wayne Lonesome. Me going to call him. Me going to call him. See there? My fridge empty now, but it got stack up later when I show now. Pure natural juice me drink. Nothing about now. The whole of my counter empty because everybody who come get something out tight. So Wayne Lonesome, I'm going to say this to you. I respect you as an elder. And me go say this too, no tornado not pass through. God has sent the plague them. Remember the plague them? And me can declare say. And me are the Moses for that season here. He could have speak to me off here about it. If me go on, and me say to him, say, me now come back on him program. It's because I got sidetracked and really got passionate and hurt. And because of my bipolar mental disorder, there are things that I say that I generally don't mean. So I believe they are like this. One face look one side and one face look the next side. Can you imagine if Wayne Lonesome said those things on his YouTube platform about me? I can imagine how he's slaughtering me in privacy. I don't appreciate it, Wayne Lonesome. I am not a Google Gaga. I have never made a compromise. Mark Golding, I've told Mark Golding the truth. I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to make Jamaica hear what I said to Mark Golding. Wayne Lonesome, when you're brave like me and can tell a leader of the opposition them something you talk to me. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Oh, I enjoy. I'm doing nothing in a whole heap more vibes.
Here's what I said to him.
Libels, Mr. Golding, think about it. She said a member of Rise United. She didn't call your name. She said a member of Rise United. The truth, Mr. Golding, is that the country is not feeling you. I personally am not feeling you, and that's why I am so critical of you, Mr. Golding. You make Joseph Patterson look more like the leader of the opposition. Floyd Green isn't charged. And you haven't said anything about it as yet. You are not vocal enough, Mr. Golding. And that is why people like her are of the view it would have been better if Peter Phillips stays there. Mr. Golding, look into yourself. You have too many liabilities around you. Dayton Campbell is one of your greatest liabilities. He's uncontrolled. He speaks a lot of nonsense, garbage, and foolishness. And he makes the party and by extension you look bad. Because you say you have the confidence, the full confidence in him. This is just like Andrew Bowen saying you have confidence in him, General Secretary. Horace Chang, and what Horace Chang has done, messed up the country with crime. He has no anti-crime plan. What is the opposition's take on the anti-crime plan? What are the 5 points to fight crime, Mr. Golding? I've not heard you championing them. Angela Brownberg used me to become chairman. Mr. Golding, I took 1 month and became more popular than you. Something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. Look at that and see. Are you willing to change? If you're not willing to change, Mr. Golding, I'm making it explicitly clear. I'll become your worst nightmare. And trust me, I have enough to make you the worst nightmare. Good night.
That was my message to Mark Golding when the voice note came out that Mama San said that she was paid. And I told him the truth. So Wayne Lonesome, why were you so afraid to look at Mr. Golding and tell him the truth? Yeah, man. Dayton Campbell is a liability to your Mark Golding and you have him up. It is alleged that he's uncontrollable. It is alleged that he sleeps with young girls. You got the letter from Miss Karen Cross. First, from the 6th of March. And you did nothing about the letter. You ignore it. If it was Peter Phillips, Portia, PJ, Manley, the letter would have been dealt with internally. And you make a comrade. You make a comrade had to come out and throw the dirty laundry in public. When in truth, Karen Cross was a member of the Rise United political party. Yes, Sonny. Sonny, hear the voice note that when me send to Mark Golding. Let me play it again. Because I want Jamaica know.
Libels, Mr. Golding.
Me ask him the question, say, hey, listen to this. When me they ask him about Mama San with the question, ask this again.
About it. She said a member of Rise United. She didn't call your name. She said a member of Rise United. The truth, Mr. Golding, is that the country is not feeling you. I personally not feeling you, and that's why I am so critical of you, Mr. Golding. You make Joseph Patterson look more like the leader of the opposition. Floyd Green isn't charged, and you haven't said anything about it as yet. You are not vocal enough, Mr. Golding, and that is why people like her are of the view it would have been better if Peter Phillips stays there. Mr. Golding, look into yourself. You have too many liabilities around you. Dayton Campbell is one of your greatest liabilities. He's uncontrolled. He speaks a lot of nonsense, garbage, and foolishness. And he makes the party and by extension you look bad. Because you say you have the confidence, the full confidence in him. This is just like Andrew Boone saying you have confidence in him, General Secretary. Horace Chang, and what Horace Chang has done, messed up the country with crime. He has no anti-crime plan. What is the opposition's take on the anti-crime plan? What are the 5 points to fight crime, Mr. Golding? I've not heard you championing them. Angela Brownberg used me to become chairman. Mr. Golding, I took 1 month and became more popular than you. Something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. Look at that and see. Are you willing to change? If you're not willing to change, Mr. Golding, I'm making it explicitly clear. I'll become your worst nightmare. And trust me, I have enough to make you the worst nightmare. Good night.
So, the man not oppose nothing at all. And what day we hear my talk 2 times, I said about the police commissioner if he got resign. I who did talk that first, I me or him. I want them social media warriors. I want them social media warriors to tell me. I want Nikisha Burchell to tell me. When you look at the analytics, I think I reached about 600 or 700 comments already. Show me who are saying that Mark Golding should stay. After 5 years and a year and a half in opposition party as the president of the PNP. And Wayne Lonesome, you had the greatest platform to expose the sleeping man, Lazarus. And you gave as though it was a kindergarten interview. You behave as though it is a kindergarten interview. You never go on like say it was a university. Set of scholars asking the questions. So I'm going to ask you, Mr. Golding, are you satisfied with your level of leadership to the People's National Party? Are you satisfied with your level of leadership as a leader of the opposition? Are you a credible opposition? One of the reasons why the opposition is not taken seriously in this country, you are not seen as solutions oriented. You only oppose for oppose's sake. You say no to SOE. What then is the crime plan? What are you saying, Mr. Golding, as the crime plan? I am sure if I ask Lisa Renier Hannah or Philip Paulwell, what is the anti-crime plan, they could give a resolution. So then, I will say to you, leader of the opposition, the fasting done at past 12 o'clock. Yeah, man, me have to eat something. I'm diabetic. He never responded. Miss Grant Sutherland, he never responded. All he said was, no, it is libelous. I never paid her to do any ads. So I said, she said some member of the Rise United did it. Him said, not that I know of. Him not said, not no more. The first time Mark Golding responded to my message was the 29th of December. And him said, thank you for sharing your insight with me concerning the shadow cabinet. It is said that it is Peter Bunting who paid her. I don't know. I really don't know, and I don't want to know. See somebody there, $70,000, I don't know how the argument go. So the opposition is weak. They went and they destroyed opposition because they saw the fulfillment. And Wayne Lonesome knew all of those things. Everything Wayne Lonesome knew. I know Karen Cross sent him several questions. And not, alright, so 20 people sent him questions. Why never take the best question from everybody put together? Because some of them might sound rough. As a journalist, Wayne Lonesome, as somebody who does radio, I can tell you, I get questions every day. But what I do is pull and pull and pull, and then me and Roger come together and we put together a systematic program. A systematic program. And when me and Roger the pan first start, radio burn up. And then take me off a radio and Roger decide to take a break too. Yeah. So when them go talk about a new Jamaica, you have to talk about a new opposition. It might be that it can't be Peter Phillips. It might be that it has to be somebody new and different. It might be it's not Lisa Hannah or Philip Paulwell. It could be Raymond Price. It could be Damian Crawford. It could have been Michael Phillips. Could be anybody else except Mark Golding right now. What is the resolution for the local government elections? Yes, son, in the YouTube channel I come. Cause them hack my Instagram page. I'm going to show you the page for follow now. Just follow them two pages for now. When you just can't follow them page them on Instagram for me, just grow the page them. I'm not going to use it for the no personal, because I not compromise my page them. I want to help me grow my fans page by Instagram, Premier Kitchen and Premier Gentleman. When me there almost 6,000 people for the restaurant, me want the 8,000 people by next week. And me go start some proportion. But them hacking on my personal account. So everybody will start where used to use Instagram to send me personal messages. Stop. Delete it. Delete it. Delete it. Cause them gone in my account for see who attack to me. Them soon hack my Facebook page, you know. Cause them don't want me talk. But because Bully God, big bad and brave, him can take them on and make them feel weak. Marky G, can you say you're Marky G? You do a dub what day, yeah. The first of all, you're in a black, you're in a nothing youthful and exuberant. Black. Yeah, what you do? Mimic Lisa Anna because she did it in a black too. You don't have no way to be creative and people on your own. As Philip Palwell and Damian Crawford go on Wayne Lonesome program, when I find someone who want to go on Wayne Lonesome program. Who never know so Wayne Lonesome did more relevant than you coming on it now. And I can tell Jamaica, the reviews under the response to Mark Golding not ready. So I go say to you, them have tried find dirt. Let me say this to you. Me a historian. You not gonna find no dirt for me. You not gonna find no nude picture for me on Instagram. Not even WhatsApp. Because what you do to Dr. Linval Bloomfield, you not gonna do it to me. You remember how them killed Dr. Bloomfield? Marky G, the general. Marky G. Yo, Marky G. I'm telling you this. I know say you are your friend Pharaoh and Cleopatra and Mercator plan for me to take me down. But let me tell you this. I ain't afraid of no boy, no girl, no dear. When you can come with no minions, when you can come with no obia, when you can come with no bad man them, when you can come with no police them and soldier. But who killed Jermaine Williams? Who for house Jermaine Williams did dead in her? Who for house Jermaine Williams did dead in her? Who for liar house Jermaine dead in her? Who for house Jermaine did dead in her? Jermaine Williams. Who for what a liar? Which public servant? Woy. Pharaoh, liar house. Woy. Woy. Brogad. You liar. Up a theme house, me ear say Jermaine Williams did dead. Pharaoh, Brogad. Why no cover up Jermaine Williams dead? I only cover it up. Woy. Who killed Jermaine Williams, eh? Tell me who killed Jermaine Williams now? How Jermaine Williams dead? Who Jermaine Williams did have secret, sir? Why the Rasta run go up at the liar house? Tell me no man. Tell me no man. We want know no man. We want know. Pharaoh, the lawyer they still defend you. I the D. Hey. Hey. Wow. Wow. Me want to know say only now go kill me either like how you kill Jermaine Williams. Me not go a party. Yes, Tatiana.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't play the voice note, please.
Which voice note that?
The one where you play with Sophie Andrew, Magolin, that me write down question, me not so intelligent like you, boy.
You want me
You ask some question with connect, and the music in the background, just make it connect, man.
Hey! Where you say my best friend?
The music in the background, where you have in the background, make it, put the pressure in it, the feelings. We can't come in word like you. Because the diverse cover, what I want to say, like, you see what I'm saying?
So you want my best friend, you want me talk up some more?
No, keep calm and cool. Don't mix me. Don't mix me. I'm tired to tell you, don't mix me.
Hey!
Don't mix me. Me not have no with politics because I make some things about that with dirty bungle. So you can't put me in politics. Anyway, play about the right note and forward still.
Alright. My best friend said we must play the voice note.
Libels, Mr. Golding, think about it. She said a member of Rise United. She didn't call your name. She said a member of Rise United. The truth, Mr. Golding, is that the country is not feeling you. I personally am not feeling you. That's why I am so critical of you, Mr. Golding. You make Joseph Patterson look more like the leader of the opposition. Floyd Green isn't charged. And you haven't said anything about it as yet. You are not vocal enough, Mr. Golding. And that is why people like her are of the view it would have been better if Peter Phillips stays there. Mr. Golding, look into yourself. You have too many liabilities around you. Dayton Campbell is one of your greatest liabilities. He's uncontrolled. He speaks a lot of nonsense, garbage, and foolishness. And he makes the party and you look bad. Because you say you have the confidence, the full confidence in him. This is just like Andrew Bowen saying you have confidence in him, General Secretary. Horace Chang, and what Horace Chang has done. Messed up the country with crime. He has not.
Focus and get the question then.
What is the opposition's take on the anti-crime plan? What are the 5 points to fight crime, Mr. Golding? I have not heard you championing them. Angela Brownberg used me to become chairman. Mr. Golding, I took 1 month and became more popular than you. Something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. Look at that and see. Are you willing to change? If you're not willing to change, Mr. Golding, I'm making it explicitly clear. I'll become your worst nightmare. And trust me, I have enough to make you the worst nightmare. Good night.
Tati, Sonny, let me send it to you there. Let me send it to you there, Sonny. Me know who to send it to, Lord Jesus. Send it out, send it out. I never come to him in a war. Michael Manley and Tati asked me for one thing, you see, because I'm my best friend. Anything she asks me for, me have to do it. Tati, I hear time again. See the song there.
We're meant for signs of song, you know.
See it now!
You know the one there.
We roll it away. We roll the seas away. We roll it away.
He roll it. Come on now. Hey. He roll it away. He roll the sea away. He roll it away.
Come share the life. Come, you're going to talk up some more things. Bond. Who this a call me? Hello?
Is this the kitchen?
Yes, but you have to call 862-2649. Is on order you want to make?
We want to find out, yeah.
862-2649.
862.
2649.
Alright, cool.
Tati, the people them want their lunch, so I call them, I call Tati.
Let's get I see before them day. My Lord reached out his mighty hand
And roll this. Boy! No God's will.
Lord of the Lord and with a concrete tread we will push ahead and we will go the sea away. Listen, me come now. Hey.
We roll it away.
We roll the
See away. We roll it away.
He roll the sea away. For me was
The sea of sin, the great I fear to pray. And Lord Jesus, the Savior's red, and roll the seas away. Come on, forward still. Conquering straight, we will push ahead and roll the seas away. Come on, see away. Forward still, Jamaica.
When sorrows start like stormy were dashing over my way. Again the Lord in mercy and in wonderful. Come on now, then forward still this road, Lord of the Lord, flash and spread. We are concrete, we will push ahead, and we will hold the sea away. How about him do now? He will see away, he will see away, he will see away, all of the sea away. Problem coming road, problem coming road, mountain coming road, problem coming. Whoa! He will see away, he will see away, problem coming road.
What a trying it up.
Listen, and when I reach the sea for me that is my way. I know that Lord,
I roll the seas away.
let's forward, see this forward, Lord of the Lord, flash and spread. With a
We will push ahead and roll the seas away.
look here now, man, sickness come.
We roll it away.
Sickness
Come on, roll it.
he will see away. He will sickness roll see away. He will see away.
Come. Get strong with it. Get strong with it.
Roll see away. Roll see away. Roll see away.
Come on, Jamaica. Boy. With a we will push ahead and go the seas away. It's a homeless will. We will push ahead and go the seas away. Come on, Jamaica. Come on, Jamaica. Come on, Jamaica. We roll. We roll. We roll.
Somebody else say.
Roll, Jordan.
Sickness roll up, all of the building roll up, everything problem, yeah. He rolled.
Come on, Jamaica, roll. Roll. Just hear the part, you know. Tati, this is the part where you love.
Whatever you face this week, forward still. Whatever mountains come in your way, forward still. Yeah. Whatever Indian came up to walk,
Forward still.
disappointment come, forward still. Woo. And if another pastor fall, forward still. I'm telling the pastor we are follow. We are being with pastor, but we are following Jesus. Forward still.
Hallelujah.
Young people,
Walk holy.
walk holy.
Walk holy.
Walk holy.
Walk holy.
Make the right decisions. Walk right. Walk holy.
Hallelujah.
Walk holy. Forward still. It's Jehovah's will. Though the billows dash and sway, with a
Conquering strength, we will push ahead.
and he will
Roll.
yes, he will roll. No matter what you face, he will roll. Even if you fall, get up and he will. Oh yes, and he will roll the sea away.
So big up to everybody who say forward still. Patricia White Clark, big up yourself. Ashanti Gray, Tati, big up yourself. Big up everybody, big up Mark Golding, big up Wayne Lonesome. Because the enemy is not, you know. Venice, big up yourself. Evelyn, big up yourself. Forward still. So that's why when I say everybody attack and I go on, I'm going to ask you this question, Jamaica. If I'm such a troublemaker for you all, why do you follow me? If it is that I am, I'm going to look for my farm because I'll be blood bless you, elect Bishop Linton, Esther, Venice, and big up on herself, man. Carla, Pauline, Helen, Teller, big up Tyler, big up on herself, man. Big up on yourself. When I say forward still. Whoa. Forward still. Roll the seas away. I can't be compared to Garvey. It's an honor that you all see me in the light of a Marcus Garvey. Thanks for that, Wayne. But I listen to Garvey's speeches a lot. I listen to Michael Manley's speeches a lot. I listen to Nelson Mandela's speeches a lot. I listen to Mahatma Gandhi. I listen to freedom fighters, Rosa Parks, all of their utterances. Those are the people that I listen to. And I will challenge them publicly. Challenging them publicly. Both Mark Golding and Andrew Holness, come and debate me. I want to be. And the UIC president, all three of you, come and debate me. And I want to prove to Jamaica that none of them are ready. Not one of them ready to lead this country. I think if the National Debates Commission can set up a debate and have me as one of the journalists to ask the questions, seeing that I don't think they would ask me to debate because I'm not a candidate, let me wait, because I don't think Dion Jackson and all of these so-called journalists. No journalists except CVM can get me to do interview with them. You know? No journalist in Jamaica can expect me to do an interview with them. And that's why I said, with the advent of social media, people like Wayne Lonesome is now seen as the poor people defender. And when he doesn't ask the pertinent and pressing questions that are needed for now, people are going to see him as a compromise. So, I can say this now, that I believe that Jamaica is on a new pathway. More Jamaicans are listening, more Jamaicans are watching. See them? See my farm there? This is what keeps me the days, you know, guys. My sweet peppers coming. I just do a little farming to hold me. Because I don't want to do too much. I still support the local, but I wanted to see how good and gifted my hands are. So, Mr. Lonesome, we're very much disappointed in what you did or what you did not do on Monday night. We never wanted to know who Mark Golding is. We wanted to know what Mark Golding is going to do should he be elected. Why is he not doing them now as the leader of the opposition? And are we in a position that whatever we are seeing now, will he be this lousy a government as he's a lousy opposition leader? We know he has his money. So there's a probability that he will not steal. But then you have greedy people around him. So if he's not stealing like the Prime Minister alleged not stealing, the counterparts and the cronies and the Mercots could be doing that. Just saying. Those are the questions that Wayne Lonesome should have asked. If you're government today, what would you have done differently? What would you have done differently? So, Mr. Lonesome, I respect you wholeheartedly. And I withdraw the statement that I would not come on your program again. I said that out of emotions and passion. Like how I say many other things, and then after which I will reflect on them and I will apologize. Guys, I won't be speaking much for the rest of the day. I think we can share this live with everybody. You can share this live with everybody. And then tomorrow morning at, the original time, I was going to share something very saucy today. But let me cool down social media for a while. I hope when this sauce lick them, he that has ears to hear, let him hear. Who have eyes to see, let him see. And who have mouth to speak, let him speak. Goodbye, Jamaica. Bless you.